Hey guys, it's JackCXC, and today I'm going to be talking about the fragrances that I wore for the week of 8/24. The theme for this week was green piney scents, and this is a type of fragrance that I really like. I really like brisk green scents that remind me of wintertime. That being said, let's get into the video. So on Sunday, I wore Soul of the Forest from Maison Margiela. This is probably one of my favorite fragrances in my entire collection. It takes the concept of a pine forest and adds a bunch of earthiness, a lot of fruitiness, bigger emphasis on the pine and juniper notes in it. And to me, this has an almost like primordial feeling to it. It feels ancient and powerful. Soul of the Forest is a perfect name for this, just because it is so intimidating. Like this fragrance, while it is easygoing, it does have a sort of intimidating feeling to it, just because of how dark and earthy it is. This is the type of scent that makes you feel like something is always watching you. Like when you're in the forest, going for a hike, this scent evokes that paranoia that you can get. Something is keeping an eye on you, something's tracking you. It's really dark and mysterious, but also does hold those really nice fresh green aspects that I really enjoy in fragrances. That being said, on Sunday, I wore Soul of the Forest from Maison Margiela. On Monday, I wore Tarabla from Mas Milano. So this fragrance is really high up there in terms of what I prefer, what I like to smell. This smells like a Christmas tree. When you bring either a Christmas tree or a wreath into your home, this perfectly captures that scent profile. It's green, it's frosted, it has this almost icy feeling to it that really kind of enhances that Christmas tree feeling that this scent has. And overall, it's a really great wear. You can wear it any day, any time of the day, any season, and it'll still smell great. This scent is very underrated. I don't really see anybody talking about it, and for how great it smells, I really think that it should be getting a lot more love. The House of Mas Milano is a house that's very respected in the community, but a lot of people don't really pay any attention to it. And especially this one, like some of the more hyped fragrances from Mas Milano, such as Tango or Russian Tea, those scents are very good, but this one, for my personal taste, is very high up there. And it is a little bit sad that nobody really talks about it. That being said, really glad to share it with you guys. On Monday, Tarabla from Mas Milano. On Tuesday, I wore Italian Citrus from the house of Pinot Silvestre. So this fragrance house is very, very cheap. I think you can find this for around $12. Very, very affordable. Very great bang for your buck. While the other two fragrances are a little bit more on the expensive side, this one is very much the opposite, but it does have those green aspects. If you smell the original Pinot Silvestre, it's a green, fresh, spicy, old school scent that smells like a grandpa holding a Christmas tree. Kind of old fashioned, but still brisk and refreshing. This takes that DNA and just makes it a lot more easier to wear. In comparison to the previous fragrances, this definitely does smell cheaper. It still does hold that pine scent profile that I like so much. Instead of a natural pine, this takes a more cologne-y take on the idea. For me, this fragrance has a bit of a shampoo vibe to it. Very brisk, a little bit sweet, very clean. This scent is very easygoing, and it's definitely one that you should give a try because very affordable and easy to wear and a little bit unique. Like a lot of the fragrances that are coming out don't tend to be a green scent profile. A lot of them tend to be very warm and sweet, but this is a nice little throwback to fragrances from the past. That being said, on Tuesday, Italian Citrus from the house of Pinot Silvestre. On Wednesday, I wore Acqua di Gio Profondo from the house of Giorgio Armani. So this is the original Profondo, the OG Profondo. There have been a lot of reformulations coming from the Acqua di Gio line, and this one got reformulated as well. I haven't smelled the new version, but the OG still really stands the test of time. Instead of a piney scent, This is very much an aquatic, as you would expect from an Acqua di Gio flanker. It's very easy to wear, it's salty, it's green, it's herbal, got a little bit of sweet saltiness to it that make it just probably one of the best fragrances when it comes to versatility and class. You could wear this fragrance buttoned up with a suit and tie, and no one would bat an eye. You would smell clean, professional, or you can also wear it as just a daily driver with a t-shirt and shorts. Because of the aquatic aspects, you can wear it any day, really. Any day, any time. This will work, be your signature scent. It's a real big shame that they discontinued this stuff. It smells great, easy to wear, super versatile. Wasn't too expensive from discounters. Now that's been discontinued, the price is going up. But still, this scent profile is definitely going to stand the test of time. Years down the road, people are still going to smell Acqua di Gio flankers, and still think that they smell amazing. This is no exception to that rule. On Wednesday, I wore Acqua di Gio Profondo from the house of Giorgio Armani. On Thursday, I wore Les Loden from the house of Jacques Fath. So I got a haul of these fragrances from FragranceNet because a lot of the fragrances from this house were marked way down. I think I bought this for around $21. If they are still on sale, I'll try and link them in the description. But yeah, it's definitely a very interesting take on a green fragrance. It's got this herbal facet to it, plus a little bit of maple syrup sweetness to it. It sets it apart from all the other fragrances in the list. It's very unique. It's green, it is classy, it's a little bit soapy, got a touch of florals to it that add a light bit of creaminess to it. It's very strange, it's very particular. I have really not smelled anything like it because it does have those green aspects that I really enjoy, but it also does have this little bit of syrupy sap scent to it that lies underneath the green facets and really sets it apart, makes it very different and very unique. It can be very weird, it can be very polarizing, but it still is really nice. And for around 21 bucks, and a very nice bottle, strong magnetic cap, all is very beautiful. And definitely worth a shot if you can still find it for that $21 price. That being said, on Thursday, I wore Les Loden from Jacques Fath Perfumes. On Friday, I wore Opal for Men from the house of Zaid Perfumes. So this is obviously very different from the other fragrances. This is a perfume oil. I've never really tried any perfume oil. I bought a bunch of stuff from them and these came as part of a free sample set, and it's very different. Not really sure exactly how to wear these things, maybe rub them on the wrist, but that's neither here nor there. So it doesn't exactly fit in with the theme, but it is still green, but it's a lot more floral. It's got almost a honeysuckle scent profile to it. It does say that it's for men, but I think it's very unisex. It's very different from other fragrances. Combines that green aspect that I enjoy so much with this floral honeysuckle scent profile. It reminds me of being in a pine forest, but then you come across very strong smelling flowers, a little bit sweet. It's very natural. The scents that I got from Zaid have been very good. The quality is exceptional, the presentation is good, and definitely a very underrated house that I think deserves more love for sure. But yeah, it's very different, very particular, very much unisex. It's a type of scent that really anyone who enjoys natural scents can pull off with ease. That being said, on Friday, I wore Opal for Men from the house of Zaid Perfumes. And finally, on Saturday, I wore Vetiver Glacier from the house of Mont Blanc. So this scent is very nice. It's fairly unique. It's very green. It's icy, but it doesn't lean too brisk because there is a sweet, creamy sandalwood underneath of those sort of icy, more fresher aspects, and makes it a very unique scent. I have not smelled anything like this. It really runs that balance between being icy and piney and green, and then it combines that with that warm sandalwood note to make it like clean wood chips. Very authentic, very natural smelling. This stuff is a sleeper. Honestly, the whole fragrance line from Mont Blanc here is very underrated. No, it doesn't get a lot of love, and it still smells really nice. I think I wore this fragrance for nearly a week straight, and I didn't regret a single moment of it. As you can see, there's a really big dent in the bottle. I mean, I can wear this day in, day out, especially during the summertime if you want something a little bit fresher that dries down into something a little bit nicer. This is a very transitional scent. The name honestly captures this perfectly. Vetiver Glacier. On the box, it says Ice Sandalwood, and to me, that's the perfect description for this. Up top, it's brisk, it's green, piney, a little bit aquatic, sharp, and then that sort of smooth, papery sandalwood comes out from underneath. Well, you can smell the sandalwood throughout the life of the scent, but as it dries down, that sandalwood really comes out. It does remind me of wood chips, so if you're not really into that, maybe skip this one, but it's very natural. The bottle looks amazing. Presentation looks amazing. Mont Blanc is very much known in the community for not really being very original, but still offering very affordable options to some much more expensive scents. But this one is very, very unique. The quality is amazing. The scent profile is different. If you were to look up the word original in the dictionary, this might just be there. That's neither here nor there. If you have a chance to smell this one, definitely give it a try. On Saturday, I wore Vetiver Glacier from the House of Mont Blanc. Okay guys, so that was my weekly rotation for the week of 8/24. I hope you enjoyed the video. That being said, let me know in the comment section what you guys wore for the week of 8/24. And not only that, if you tried some of these scents, let me know your thoughts on them. Because a lot of these scents, except for the Acqua di Gio, I really have not heard anyone else talk about these. And granted, it's kind of hard to stand out nowadays just because there are so many releases. So I understand why different scents, especially those from houses that don't get a lot of name recognition, such as Mas Milano or Jack Foth, or especially Pinot Sylvestre, I can understand why they don't get a lot of love or a lot of attention. There's still so many amazing fragrances out there that nobody talks about and just completely deserving of attention. That being said, Jack CXC, and this has been my weekly rotation, and I hope you have a good day.